Hi everybody, it's Amy, the Gables Stitcher, back for another Flosstube update video. This is Flosstube number 9. If this is your first time visiting, thank you for coming to visit with me and to see my stitching. If this is a returning visit, thank you so much for coming back. I really enjoy reading everybody's comments and talking with people and just meeting all the stitchers that are out there. Today is June 16th. It is a Saturday, so my children are home. My 12-year-old is sitting out here with me on the porch watching me film and may make an appearance later on. School is almost out. We have 1 to 3 days left of school, depending which of my children you are. So they will be around over the summer, and the videos might be interesting. We'll see. Since my last video, I went to Celebrations of Needlework in Nashua, New Hampshire, and that was wonderful. I'm going to insert some pictures here while I am talking about it. It was a gathering of needleworkers from really a lot of people from all over the East Coast, down to, I'd say, the Virginia areas where I met people from. A lot of people from New York, New England. I would say several hundred people were there. It was a lot of fun. It officially runs Thursday through Sunday, I think. I was able to go up Thursday morning with one of my stitching friends, and my stitching group was there pretty much from Wednesday to Sunday. So it was a lot of fun. They offer classes. There are a lot of designers there who do classes. The Primitive Hair was there. I'm trying to think of who else was doing classes this year. Jackie from It's Finally Finished was doing classes. I did not take any classes this year. The projects are really to die for. But I have, I think, 3 or 4 projects from Celebrations that I have not finished. So I feel like I need to make progress and finish those before I take another class up there. But I really enjoyed looking at the models. There's a vending mall that has quite a few vendors there, designers and shops. Bush Mountain was there from Massachusetts. Silk Weavers, Needleworkers Delight from New Jersey were there with all their gorgeous fabric. Trying to think, Rovaris was there. Primitive Hair. Michelle Inc. There were a lot of really, really nice shops, and I did buy a bit. So I will show some of it off in the haul section. I met quite a few stitchers. I met Abby Bella Stitch for the first time. We chatted a little bit before we went up. We have a lot of friends in common, but we had never actually met each other before. But we hit it off. We had a great time together. Her son is adorable, and we are stash twins. We pretty much have pretty identical stash. We have very similar stitching taste. So Vonna had mentioned that on one of her videos, and that was, it was very true. It was nice to meet her, and we really hit it off. I look forward to getting together with her again. I met Helen, who is a viewer of mine. It was great to meet Helen. We connected afterwards. I hope to get together to stitch with her soon. And it was just really a great, great time. There are a lot of people I only see at Celebrations once a year. And I go up with my stitching group, so there's people who I see every week who go as well. So it's a great mixture of people. I did not do a lot of stitching while I was there. I'll show you what I did. I did a lot of gabbing. I did quite a bit of shopping and a little bit of stitching. Did some eating, hanging out. It was great. So that was Celebrations of Needlework. And they have already posted when it is next year. It is May 27th to May 31st, 2020, and it will be at the Doubletree in Nashua, New Hampshire. So I am going to, I'll post a link down below for it. So it gives you a year to plan if you would like to go. Some people even only go up for the day to visit. Some people are there from like Tuesday or Wednesday through the week. This year I was lucky enough to be able to go up on Thursday morning. I'm not usually able to, but I did really enjoy it this year. We'll see what next year brings. So that was celebrations. It was really great. So since my last video, I have an FFO. I shared pictures of it on Instagram. I thought I was going to gift it before now, but I didn't. So I have it to show. It is the happy birthday that I made for my grandmother. The pattern is from Sub Rosa Designs on Etsy. I used a yellow Zweigart fabric from XG Designs, also on Etsy. It is a 38 count Zweigart, and I used a mix of a couple of Colford Weeks, but mostly just random overdyes from my own stash. Some Victoria Motto, some Gentle Arts. It's stitched with a combination of over 1 and over 2. So I did a cube finish. So this is the front. And this is the back. Nice little bow on it. So it was easier than I thought. I used one of Vanna's printed tutorials. I Googled how to make a bow with a wired ribbon. That was probably the hardest part of this. It was a little bit time consuming, but not bad. I ironed interface in the back of the fabric. I put a little bit of batting. You can see how it's a little puffy. Behind it, I stretched and pinned it over a foam block, a florist foam block that I cut. I then pinned the fabric on the back, and this was just a piece of fabric from, it's either Joann's or Hobby Lobby, I can't remember. I just bought a little piece of a color that I would like. And then the ribbon is around to hide the seams. And I didn't use any glue. I just pinned it, and you can definitely see the pins. So my daughter's nodding. She's like, yeah, Mom, you can see the pins. But I'm happy with how it came out. It's not perfect, but it came out pretty well, and I think that Great Grammy will like it. Do you think Great Grammy will like it? Yeah. So that's that. And her birthday is this week, so hopefully we'll be able to give it to her then. I have had no other finishes since then. I actually have stitched very little since my last video. I went to Celebrations of Needlework. I did not stitch at all, very little there. I'll show you what I did. And I also had 2 migraines over the last month. In the past, after I had my 3rd daughter, I had some chronic migraines where I had migraines for about 2 weeks a month. And that really stunk. It was for a couple of years. I was really struggling with migraines. Since then, I haven't had chronic migraines. I will occasionally get a migraine that lasts a day or 2, but maybe twice a year, 3 times a year. So I actually am not even on migraine medication anymore. But the past month, I had 2 migraines that lasted like 3 or 4 days. So I'm hopeful it was just a fluke. But I did not stitch. during that time. So long way to say that, long process to say that I didn't do much stitching over the last 3 weeks since my video. So at Celebrations of Needlework, my plan was to finish H is for Henry. I figured I would finish it in 2 days because I just had to fill in the H, write the is for Henry, and fill in a little bit more, do a little bit more of the green. Let me show you what I got done. Yep. I didn't even finish the H. So I still have that bottom part of the H to do. So I filled in most of the H. Keep in mind, this is like no counting. This tells you how little stitching I did. I did a little bit more of the green, like this green wasn't done, so I started filling in some of that. And then after I got back from Celebrations, I started outlining the bottom words. That's for Henry. And I haven't touched it since the day after Celebrations. Kind of got a little burned out, and I was a little bit upset that I didn't get to finish it while I was there. But it's, like I said, I just didn't do much stitching. I did a lot of socializing. It was wonderful. So I am going to StitchCon in less than 2 weeks. So my plan between now and then is to outline the rest of the letters at the bottom. Maybe finish the screen here. So maybe I'll have a StitchCon finish. That would be exciting. So Henry will be 1 in October, and I would like to give this to Henry for his first birthday. So that's the first thing that I worked on. Oh, I'll put the link to Vanna's tutorial for the block finish too in the drop-down box. The only other thing I worked on in the last 3 weeks was this. Herman of Copenhagen, Sampler 1830. This is a project that I started in probably 2005, 2006, a long time ago. It's in the hazy period of I was having children. I don't remember what I started and what I stitched. So it was before 2007. So probably 2005, 2006. This is huge. I'm going to probably unroll the piece of fabric. I had it on a Q-snap before. I took it off. I am having a really hard time stitching on a Q-snap. I'm not exactly sure why. My arms get tired holding it, and I'm just having an easier time stitching in hand or using a hoop. So I took it out of the Q-snap, and someone asked me in my last video, do I stitch in hand? I have been stitching a lot in hand, and what I've been doing with bigger projects is this. Like I typically roll from the bottom up, and I use clips to hold the rolled fabric. A lot of times I use like chip clips or binder clips from the dollar store. So I'm real fancy. I got these the other day. I saw them in somebody else's video. These go around sewing spools to keep your thread in. And I decided to try them. They were pretty inexpensive on Amazon. I can put a link for that too. Just to hold the fabric. And this is how I stitch. Like I hold it like this. And I stitch like this. And I like it. I have no problems with tension. I find my tension is really nice, stitching in hand. No problems with tension. And I can feel very easily. I don't typically do the sewing method. Excuse me, I typically do poke and jab, and I can feel pretty easily if I have a knot back there, if the thread is loose. So that's what I've been doing recently, and that's what's been working for me. anything under a 36 count, I've been working in hand like that, unless I'm doing over 1. Anything above a 36 count or over 1, I've been putting in a hoop because I need the holes pulled apart a little bit more to be able to see to stitch. So, all right, so this is what I've done. Prior to this video, let me see. All I had stitched was this over here and part of the ship. And the alphabet, like, I think through M. So the last week or so, I've done the top part of the ship, this man and dog, and these motifs over there. This is stitched on a 32 count linen, and the color is more green than it's showing up. It is just 934 DMC. 2 strands over 2 pieces of linen. And yeah, I started this with a friend back in 2005. I was showing it to my stitching group, and they were saying, oh, that's just like Lori's green blanket. I said, it is Lori's green blanket, except Lori finished her green blanket. We got the charts together. We started it together. Lori finished hers, and I have just started. So saying this is huge. I don't remember the stitch count, and Herman doesn't make it easy to find out the stitch count, but the center is like right about here at the top. I don't even think I can hold up the piece of fabric all the way. It's huge. So, I mean, if you look at this, it looks like I got a decent amount done. Okay? Look on the chart. It's this here. Look at how much more there is. Natalie's over there laughing. Is it big, Natalie? Yes. It's really big. So, this will not be done this year. But I love this. This is still in print. So it's not difficult to find. And someday I hope to have a green blanket like Lori. And this didn't even... This is how long it is. And this is back when I had an L&S that cut to size. So, it's huge. So that is all my stitching progress. But I've been thinking a lot over the past week or so about what I wanted to get done for the rest of the year. Because it's June, the year is halfway through. So I figured this was a good point to kind of think about what I've finished. I finished 10 things this year, which is really good. I went through and counted my whips. I haven't started anything this year outside of the H's for Henry sampler and the Linens and Things 2019 free sale. I'm not sure I'm going to actually finish that. We'll see. I haven't stitched on it in a while. I chose to do it over 1. And there's a lot of backstitch in the blocks that have been released recently. And I'm not sure how they're going to look. So that one's on hold a little bit. But I was counting my whips. I made a nice list of my whips a couple of months ago. 2 pages. And when I counted them up after what I finished over the last 6 months, I have 26 whips and a Hade. I have decided I am not counting my Heaven and Earth Designs project in with my whips, because realistically it will be a decade or more before it's ever done. So it's going to be plus a Hade. So I have 27 actually. One of them on my list I am going to restart. It is my only Mirabilia, Lady of the Mist. I haven't done a lot of it, and I detest the fabric it's on. So I have decided that I will restart that at some point. So she is officially no longer on the whip list. So I have 26 whips plus a Haid. And I am dying to start new things, but I also really would like to get below 20 whips. So I was thinking that's realistic this year. I need to stitch the piece for my parents' anniversary, but if I don't start anything else, I could possibly have 6 more finishes, 7, to get around 20. So what I did is I pulled out the pieces that I would like to get significant work on and or finish for the rest of the year. And I think those are going to be my focus whips for the rest of the year. I have not done my strand a day in the month of June because it's just been too crazy and I spent half of the month with a migraine. So I am hoping to restart that up again in July because I was very happy with the amount of progress I got doing that. So I made a list. I'm pretty organized today. Am I always disorganized, Natalie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. So I made a list of 10 whips that I would like to focus on for the rest of the year. And out of these 10, I think I can get 6 finishes. So one of them is Henry. Like I said, I plan on working on Henry at StitchCon. I would like to have Henry framed by the beginning of October to give to Henry for his first birthday. I also put in there 3 very large whips that I am unlikely to finish this year, but I would like to get significant progress on so I can line them up for a 2020 finish. So one of them is Permanent Copenhagen 1830. So that is also on my list of 10. Okay. 12 Days of Christmas by Satsuma Street. You can recall in my last videos, my plan was to do a block of month for 12 months, starting in September, finishing in September, to have it framed for Christmas. And possibly do a fair entry. I haven't touched it since, I think, April. So I need to get this back out because I'm a few blocks behind. So I brought it out so you can see what it looks like. So I have done blocks 1 through 7 and the top border. I love the bottom row of blocks. I'm not looking forward to block 7, which is why I stopped. But I really would like to get that done. This is done on 28 count white Monaco with the called for DMC flosses. So we'll see. So I'd like to finish this year. So I need to get back on working on that and see what I can do. If I can get it done by the end of August, I can enter it into Topsfield. Abby and I were talking about fair entries last at Celebrations, and she has a few pieces that she wants to put in as well. So that will be fun. All right, another one. I have 2 Just Nan pieces started. I finished a Just Nan last year, which was Natalie's birth sampler. And I have 2 others started. And I love the look of the Just Nan samplers. I don't love stitching on them because a lot of times when I'm stitching to relax, and I don't find this many specialty stitches relaxing. So I enjoy the look, not the process of these. So I picked the one that's closest to being finished. It's called Seeds of Friendship. I love this. I love it because it's purple was the second reason why I love it. Natalie, what's the other reason I love it?
Because you love flowers.
I love flowers, and what else is on it at the bottom?
Sheets.
Yeah,
Sheets.
sheep.
I was gonna say coconut.
Because I love sheep. So, this is how much I have done.
Looks pretty.
Thank you, Natalie. It does look pretty. It's almost halfway done. So, I think that this could be a finish this year. So, I was thinking this could be my, like, a little bit of day sampler for the month of June, but that fell by the wayside. In all honesty, this is not good for me to work on when I'm a little bit hectic, and end of May and June has been crazy. So, I'll need to pull this out and work on it. And it may not get work until September, but I think that I could probably finish this in a few weeks if I put my time into it. So it is really pretty. Okay. So that is one I think I can finish this year. And I would like to see it finished so I can finish my last one that started next year. That's my envelope. Okay. All right, next, this is one that when I brought it out for my whip parade, I said I really wanted to finish it this year. I have not worked on it in months. I think February was the last time I worked on it. It's called Join Your Hands by Lila's Studio. It is a wedding sampler. My husband and I have been married 18 years this year. No, 19. And I don't have a wedding sampler. So I would like to finish this. And this is a good portion done. What has slowed me down on this is the fact that I need to chart out our names and dates in the church and stitch them in. And it's done, all the writing's done over one. It's a lot of over one. And I'm pretty sure this is a 36 count fabric. I don't think I knew that it was that much over one when I kitted this up because it's a lot of over one. But I think I can finish this year as well. This next project you've seen recently. This is Constant Stare. This was the very first class I took at Celebrations of Needlework. It is a sampler by R&R. This I do not think I can finish this year, but I think I can get a decent amount done and set myself up for a finish in 2020. So this is Come With Me a Stitch Con, because I am going to stitch those honeysuckle flowers around the edge, because the border is done, but they need the flowers. I have no ambitions of getting any large amount of stitching done at StitchCon. So, part of the reason why I'm picking, I think I could finish more than 6 things if I picked my small things or things that were close to being finished. But then I would be left with a lot of really big projects that have a lot left to do on them. So I'd rather have fewer finishes this year and set myself up for a few good ones next year. A few big ones. So I don't want to be overwhelmed by just big things. Next one is Modern Folk Embroidery 2018 Sal. This one's done on 40 count Newcastle. Antique white. I have almost the top row done, which is the first 3 months. I still need a frog because I started the wrong way in the fabric down here. So do that for a movie. And this is just done with DMC. number it is. DMC 3802. So once again, I don't think I can finish this year, but I think I can get a good portion of it done to set myself up for a finish next year. Okay. Okay. Also on the list is the family tree for my parents. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, it fell off. Okay. This is another one I'm pretty sure I can finish. It is Quaker Garden by Blackbird Designs. This is another golden unicorn pattern. I started this last summer. This was one of my travel projects when I was traveling with the kids. And I'm just about the halfway point. The colors are pretty good at that. Natalie's nodding. Is it pretty?
Yeah.
You like it? Yeah. So this is done with the called for fabric and fibers, which is mostly weeks. The fabric is weeks. The fibers are weeks. Fabric's a little bit more green than what it's showing. It's showing like kind of brown, but it's not. It's like a mossy forest green. So it's really pretty. So this is just about halfway done. So I feel good about having a finish with this one as well. That will probably be relegated to travel stitching. And the last one on my list that I really feel like I can finish this year is another one that I was working on for a block a weekend. I was caught up through the beginning of May. Haven't touched it since, so I'm about 4 blocks behind. Spooky Countdown by the Primitive Hair. Natalie likes that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this one is on an MCG Textiles 32 count linen that I coffee, tea, baked, and basted. And I am exactly, halfway done. So, this looks really good. I would like to have this done by Halloween. And I think this is the one I'll probably take on vacation with us this summer. We're going away for probably about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And I think I can make significant progress. There's only like 6 colors of floss in this. So, and each block is self-contained, so it's a good travel project. So those are my focus pieces for the rest of the year. What do you think of those, Nat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So those are 10. If I could finish 6 of those 10, that would be great. That would bring me down to exactly 20. But seeing I want to start one for my parents, I would actually have to get 7, I guess, to get to 20. So we'll see. Right around 20, I would be thrilled if I was at 20 going into the new year. If I am at 21, it's fine. But I think just as important is making progress on those 3 large samplers so I can set myself up for a finish, hopefully in 2020 for 2 of them and probably 2021 for the other one. So that is it for stitching. So I think next, I was going to show a little bit of my haul from Celebrations, and I was also going to draw winners for my giveaway, and I was going to have Natalie help me with that. Natalie, where did I put the paper that had the names on them? It's right here. So should we do that first? And then we'll do haul? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on over here.
Okay.
You come over here and say hi. Sit down here. Oh, they can't see you.
Sorry.
So, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi.
Put your legs down. I am Yahoo. Who are you?
I am Natalie. This is my mom.
Oh, thank you. How old are you?
I'm actually 12 and a half. I will be 13 in August.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
And Natalie graduated from 6th grade
Yes, I did.
this week. So she's all excited.
Yeah.
She had a big week. Where did I put my phone? Did you see my phone? So we can do the number generator. Is it on the other side of the computer?
No.
Is it in my pocket? Nope. Natalie and I did not plan this very well. Because I wrote down, I went through my video this morning and I got all the people who wanted to enter my 2 giveaways, and we are going to do a random.org. Go get your phone. And I can do it in your phone. Or, where's mine?
Are you sitting on it?
No, I'm going to delete this stuff out.
Yes. So we're sorry about that. Where'd it go? Did you actually...
No, is it over here on the other side?
No.
Nope, I was sitting on it. Okay, sit down.
So
right.
I was...
Come down the floor.
I was right, so that means she was sitting on it.
Come on down.
Okay.
Alright, we're back.
We're back.
So, I was sitting on my phone.
Yeah.
So, we are going to do... Grab a piece of paper. We're going to do random.org generator. So, the first one, let's do the friendship chart. Which...
Yes, we're going to do the friendship chart. And then we're going to do the, Gonna do this.
So this is the Plum Street Samplers. Oops, push the chair back. In friendship. And I also got a couple of goodies at the market at Celebrations to include for a surprise. So how many people entered that one?
There are 12.
Okay. So we are going to enter in 1 to 12. Can you hit generate for me? What number came up?
11.
11. So who won that? What's her name? Sue Oberfell.
Yes, so...
I will comment on your comment on my video, and I will also... We'll keep pushing this back. All right, I will comment on your comment on my last video, and I will also put my email address in the drop-down box, so you can also contact me that way. All right, so the second one is a $25 gift card.
Yep.
To your LNS of choice. How many people entered that one, Natalie?
25.
25. Okay. Hit generate. 1 to 25. Generate.
It is 6.
Who is number 6? Alan Hofmann Smith.
So
I'm going to circle that. So, Alan, congratulations.
Congratulations.
I will comment on yours comment, and I'll put your email, my email here. Please contact me so I can get your email address and send you a gift card. You said 123 Stitch is your favorite, and I like 123 Stitch too.
Yes.
So that's good. All right, so Natalie, do you have anything else to say?
Subscribe, please.
No,
if you're new.
If you're new.
Yep, if you're new. And don't forget to like this. And comment down below, please.
Natalie is an avid YouTube watcher.
Yep.
Yeah. So not Flosstube. Do you watch any Flosstube? Besides Mom? No.
Yeah, so thank you for watching.
Okay, well I'm going to show some stash now.
Yeah.
Do you want to see my stash?
So she is going to show
some stash. So the market at here, you can sit with me. The market at Celebrations is insane. Like I said, tons of vendors. There also is a Stitcher's Lounge. And the Stitcher's Lounge is amazing because there's a table of free charts. So basically, you bring charts, you take charts, things that you are done with. I was telling one of my friends, it's kind of like your life in cross stitch because there's things from the 80s there. There were a lot of Paula Vaughn designs, some towels and bibs, and it's just your life in cross stitch. So I brought a bag to drop off. My stitching group actually had like 4 boxes of stuff that we had accumulated over the last year or so as a group that we brought in. My friend and I brought it in, and we looked like we were going to Hogwarts. So we were using a cart with all these boxes on it.
Yes, and like Renee like threw the bricks.
We didn't run too many bricks.
Nope.
Nope. So
it only happens in movies.
It only happens in the movies.
Yes.
So anyways, I actually did very well on the free table. So I did drop off a lot of things, so I felt okay picking up a few. Got that?
Yes.
So it is a Carriage House Samplings. It's called Just a Little Sampler. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
That was one thing. Let's see what else I got. Off of there. Off of the free table. Birds of a Feather.
Yes.
A Little Witch. You want to hold it up for me? It's called Halloween Holiday. Is that cute?
Yeah, it's so you may get it if you like.
Well, no, that's yeah.
Well.
So now I got one with my needle, Ellen Chester. We know how much I love Ellen. Called Token of Friendship. There's an Ellen Chester class in Sturbridge in October with Stitch's Hideaway, and I'll put the link of that down too. I am going to be taking that class, so I am excited to meet Ellen. Stitch's Hideaway. Okay. And let's show one more thing that I got at the free table.
Let's see.
Ooh. That one I didn't get on the free table. This one I got. This is an old prairie schooler called Garden Samplers.
Yes, it is.
It is.
And,
no, you can't show the inside because it's a chart. So we can't do that. You can just show the pictures. Because that's what you buy, and that's what is copyright. It's very protected. So we can talk more about copyright later.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later.
Yep, you and I. And one last one. I have been wanting this one for a while. It's one of the lavender laces I don't have. Ice Skater. It's actually even new in the package. So whoever donated that, thank you. All right, and I will show you just a few of the things I bought. Primitive Hair was there. And I have loved this for a while.
Yeah.
The Jane Austen. So, and I am going to do it on the dark fabric. And I picked up a little piece of PTP Haunted to do it on. I am very tempted to start this, but I will hold off.
She's going to hold off.
I was shopping with one of my friends, and one of the stores, and I can't think of which one it is, has a lot of Erica Michaels samples, models. And a lot of the Erica Michaels are in silk gauze. And this one of my friends made me buy it. I'm a little intimidated by it. It's silk gauze, Halloween. And it's funny because I was just looking at it, and on the back it says, "It's easy, you can do this."
I don't think it's going to be easy.
You don't think it's going to be easy?
Well, I think it's probably like somebody's opinion.
You think it's going to be hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never cross-stitched before, though.
You never did? Well, you haven't wanted to cross-stitch.
Because I don't want to get stitches.
You don't want to get stitches? Alright, and one other one I got from the Primitive Hair is the Rebecca Nurse House. I've wanted to do this one for a while. Don't show the back. So, because one of my good friends is a reenactor at the Rebecca Nurse House. So I will likely stitch this twice, once for me and once for her.
Yeah.
Which friend is a reenactor at the Rebecca Nurse House? Who is it?
I don't know.
Auntie Eve.
Oh yeah. Right. I was like confused.
Yep. And then I got fabric at Silk Weavers. So I'm going to do the tree for my parents on this. It's a gorgeous, it's a Wexford linen. I've never stitched on Wexford before. 32 count. Look at this gorgeous piece of fabric.
It looks so beautiful because I love blue.
Yeah.
It's my favorite color, including pink. Pink, green, and indigo.
Indigo?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to stitch the family tree on that. Yeah. So that's beautiful. It'll have half of it, I think, for something else.
Yes. Alright, so...
And I think that's it. That's all I'm going to show. Oh, I'm going to show one other one.
Yeah, so I think this is
the last one I'm going to show. I wanted to get this from Market, and I didn't. So I saw it at Push Mountain, and I picked it up. Sister Suffragette. Because this is the 100th, next year is the 100th anniversary of what? Do you know what the 19th Amendment was? Women getting the right to vote in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Who was the woman who pushed for that? What was her name?
I think it's called, what?
Susan
B.
What's her name? Susan B. Anthony? You heard of her? No. Your sister would have heard of her. But Sister Suffragette. So I would like to stitch that and a vote button for me and Grammy.
Yep.
So
that's all.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all.
That's 46 minutes. I think that's long enough.
Yeah. And
so
thank you for watching her video.
Okay, and then what else? You'd already said it.
Subscribe again. And, make sure to like this video also.
Okay. Alright, well thank you very much for watching, and we will be back in another video.
Yes.
Have a great time stitching, everybody. Bye.
Have a great stitching.